Hi, Trisha. Welcome to Parental Vision podcast. Thank you for taking the time out to come sit with me today.
Thank you, Tiana, for having me here. It is a delight, and I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. Well, first things first. Obviously, you're here because you're a mom.
Of two.
Of two. Oh,
Yes,
my goodness.
15 and 11, a boy and a girl.
Wow.
Yes. So for me, the journey of parenting, it has its ups and downs. But I'm truly grateful and blessed that I have the best of both worlds, right?
Yeah.
So my daughter, again, she's 15. She's in her freshman year of high school. She goes to school in New Haven. Yes, my son is 11. He's in middle school. They start school in at the middle school in the 5th grade.
Yeah, my daughter too. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's in middle school. So they go to separate schools. They're not together anymore. So it's balancing.
Yeah.
Being a mom, working, going to school. It's the juggle. The struggle is real.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It is.
So, the daily struggles of making sure that everyone is aligned with not only school, but with their activities and, whatever it is that they need to be done. Being a single mom, you have to make sure you have a support team.
Yes.
A support team is very, very meaningful.
Yeah, definitely.
When you're a single mom, whether that comes from coworkers, whether that comes from your family, friends, but having a support team is definitely going to take you far.
That's true. Who, if you don't mind me asking, who was your support team?
So I have a network of support teams, right? Not only is it my family, but I have my girlfriends, I have coworkers that really support me when my back is against the wall. Yeah. Or I can say, hey, so-and-so, could you come help me out, pick up my kid from school? I have something to do. And, they extend the favor, without expecting anything in return.
That's important.
Right.
That is very important because it's hard to come by people like that nowadays.
Absolutely. So when you have a genuine support team,
yes,
and they want to see you win,
yes,
right?
Yes.
That's the key. They want to see you win because they want you to be successful as you can be.
Exactly.
Right? So when you have that, they're going to go that extra mile for you.
100%. And in return, I'll do the same.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My motto is each one, teach one.
Mine too. Oh my goodness. I love that.
Yes.
I love that. So tell me a little bit about, let's go to the beginning.
Okay.
When you first found out you were pregnant with, your daughter's the oldest, right?
Correct.
Okay. So when you first found out you were pregnant with her, were any of your children planned?
Yes and no. Right?
Okay.
Yes and no.
Okay.
I say that because I always knew I wanted to have kids, right? Absolutely. I wanted to have 4 kids, a set of twins, a boy and a girl. So God blessed me with 2 out of the 4, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I have 1 of each. I got pregnant at 25, and my mother's rule was, do not bring any babies home, right? That's a typical black parent.
Black
right?
parent, yes.
Do not bring any babies home. And I did it. My kid's father and we lived in Atlanta at the time, and backstory is I mailed her a postcard of my ultrasound letting her know I was pregnant.
Wow.
And she got it and she was just like, Trish. I was like, yep, it is what it is. So fast forward, I had my daughter. We moved from Atlanta back to Connecticut because she told me, I can't help you from Connecticut when you're being in Atlanta.
Right.
Again, the support team. I needed my support team there to help me.
Yeah.
So we moved back, and it was rough being a new mom, not knowing what to do. And again, a lot of mothers or African-American mothers didn't breastfeed. I breastfed both of my kids.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. So
why do you think that is, though?
It's the stigmatism of, of us not knowing. Right?
Yeah.
Or not advocating. So when you do get pregnant and you have the baby and you're in the hospital, they don't promote that. Meaning when I say they, the nurses, the healthcare providers don't promote it as much as they would do with Caucasian, right? So now in today's society, it's being promoted more.
Yeah.
Back then it wasn't.
True.
And also too, I want to touch base. My mother breastfed us.
Really?
Of course. So that generational I guess alignment was there. That's all I knew. You know what I mean? I breastfed my son. He didn't know anything about formula.
Wow.
Right. He didn't suck a pacifier or anything. Yeah.
I couldn't breastfeed because I had her 6 weeks early, so she couldn't latch. So
that's the thing with that. I've been in the healthcare for a very long time. You could have pumped.
I did that.
Right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And there's also other avenues that you could have tried.
Okay.
You know, there's a lactation consultant that you could have possibly reached out to that could have helped. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So now I say that more women are starting to breastfeed, especially in our culture.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. So you moved back to Connecticut, then
I moved back to Connecticut, and I moved back home with my mom. Right? I did.
Oh my gosh.
I did. It was like being, out on your own for so long. Having to move back home was like reality set in, but I needed the support, right? Especially being a new mom, I needed someone to help me,
right?
To juggle. I came back without working, so I stayed out of work with my daughter for almost a little bit after a year.
Where was her dad?
We lived in separate household.
Wow. Okay.
We lived in separate households because...
Wait, did he stay in Atlanta though?
Nope, he moved back too.
Okay.
He was at his mom's. I was at my mom's.
Because mamas didn't play shacking up in their house. That's right.
Absolutely, especially if you are married.
That is
right.
Oh God, yes. Yep.
Okay. So that's another subject.
Yes.
So we moved into separate households.
Yeah.
And he was active.
Okay.
And it got kind of iffy when I had to go back to work. Being that he was a new dad, he didn't really know how to understand the breastfeeding aspect. So at one point, he did give her formula. She kind of reacted. So being a new parent, whether you're a male or female, it does has its tolls.
Yeah.
Where you got to figure things out on your own.
Definitely.
Trial and error.
Yeah.
It's trial and error.
That's
so
true.
Fast forward, we got through that hump. 4 years later, here come our son, right?
Oh, God.
Right.
So which one was planned?
The son.
Okay.
and I say that respectfully because he's the only child. And I told my daughter, and she knows this, I didn't want you to be the only child, right? I said, I wanted you to have a playmate. She said, well, I could play with you. I'm like, you can.
Yeah.
But I wanted you to grow up with someone, right? Other than me.
I get that. Yeah.
So that was kind of planned.
Yeah.
Right? Definitely. Not necessarily having a boy, but just a sibling.
Yeah.
So 4 years later, we have our son, right? Now he's strictly breastfed.
Right.
He's strictly a mama's boy. Right?
Yeah.
So follow me, right?
I get it. Mm-hmm.
Now, again, we're still living in separate households because we're trying to get our lives together.
Yeah.
And, there's little hiccups here and there. Now, with that being said, Tristan, I'm going to call out names because that's my daughter.
Yeah.
She has a better relationship with her dad than our son because she's more receptive. She's a little older. He's more clingy.
I get it.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're going to fast forward to now he gets sick, right? He gets sick. Now this is, I'm shooting up timeline here.
Yeah.
We're talking 2019, end of 2019, beginning of 2020. COVID. Right? So when COVID hits, the world shuts down. Okay?
Yep.
Pay attention. The world shuts down. We can't see anyone. Mind you, he's sick. So we can't see him. We can only talk to him, FaceTime him. Now, I didn't know at that particular time he was terminally ill. Right? So I'm slowing this down for you.
Take your time.
Okay?
Yeah.
June of 2020. My kids were supposed to see him Father's Day.
Yep.
We get a call. He's in the hospital. Right? They don't know if he's coming back home. Right?
Right.
So now it's like, again, COVID. Do we take the kids to the hospital or do we just wait it out?
That's a tough decision to make.
Right? That's an executive decision to make.
100%.
Right? Now, mind you, when your kids have health issues, you want to make sure you have the best precautionary measures for them.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want to see your dad, or do you risk your health?
Yeah.
Right? Now, these are valid real life questions. And it's like, okay, let me call the hospital. Let me get their recommendations before I make this big decision.
Right.
They told me we're expecting 2 kids, my kids.
Yeah.
But he's on the COVID floor. The red flag comes on. I can't bring my kids to see him. I'm sorry. They don't see him. He passes away. Right? He passes away, and it's like, I didn't want their last image of him to be of that.
Right.
So I hold on to that. But they are fully aware and understand mommy had to make that executive decision. Through the grace of God, through therapy, they understood and still understand. I had to make that decision.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to fast forward to the funeral.
Let's do it.
They don't go
They don't go to the funeral.
at all
Tell me why.
because they didn't want to see him like that. Right? I had to respect my kids' decision.
Yeah.
It wasn't me forcing them. It was, Mom, I don't want to go because I don't want to see Daddy like that. And I took it. No problem. I got a lot of wrath for it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Why would you not? Here's the thing. These are my kids. Legally, respectfully, humbly. My kids on documentation.
That's right.
Okay?
And what type of backlash did you receive?
You should have brought them there just out of respect. Respect my wishes as their mom.
That's it.
Right? Respect the wishes as their mom and as them being kids.
Yeah.
If they said that they don't want to do something, I'm going to honor that. Because I have to coddle them. I have to be able to console them during this trauma.
Right.
So it took a long time for us to heal. We're still healing, but we're more receptive and able to talk about it without being super saddened.
That's true. What are some of the steps that you took in order to ensure their healing?
Therapy.
Let
me tell you, therapy has been one of the saviors of my journey, in addition to prayer, in addition to having that support team.
Right.
Therapy has opened my eyes to who I am as a woman, who I am as a mother.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And knowing that what I do, my kids are receptive to that. Everyone has a toolbox, and I keep dropping gems in my toolbox for my kids.
That's right.
To let them know that this is us. We are all we got.
That's right.
Okay? We are all we got, so we need to support each other. Good, bad, and indifferent.
Good, bad, and indifferent.
You got it.
We're family.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. I resonate with what you said, though, about therapy helping you become a better woman.
Absolutely.
I'm back in therapy.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's life-changing.
It's like a spiritual journey, if you will.
Of course.
And you go through a lot of spiritual warfare when you're on that path.
Absolutely.
I love it. I advocate for therapy. I'm so happy that you just said that. It makes me feel so good, especially in our culture.
Of course.
They look at it like it's taboo.
So let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
I'm going to put it out there. I like to have a therapist of someone like me. The reason being is because I want someone to really be relatable to my trauma, to my circumstances, and to help me progress in a positive way.
So you're a big advocate for therapy, especially in our culture.
Of course. Okay. I really believe that in our culture, we have a lot of traumatic issues that go underlying.
Yes.
That are unspoken. So
Talk about it.
during COVID, when the world shut down, mental healthness was on a rise and still is.
Yes.
And so people really need to pay attention to the well-being of themselves, right? Self-care is big.
Listen to your body.
Absolutely, as you should.
Yes.
So going to therapy for me is soothing. It's like going to get a manicure.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to my therapist regarding daily issues or daily concerns. And basically, my therapist is a coach. It's a life coach.
100%.
Helping me figure out what my next best move is, or to figure out how to deal with certain situations in a respectable manner and not get triggered by certain issues. So I think everyone can benefit positively from therapy.
110%.
Absolutely.
And I recall we were talking earlier, you said you prefer having a therapist that's the same as you?
Of course. Particularly a male. Particularly a male. Absolutely.
Why a male?
Because you get males that are emotional, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Males, good male role models think logically.
They do.
Right? And so when you have a good male role model, he can coach you in a direction of leadership.
Yes.
Right? Not only for yourself, but for your children as well.
Yes.
And can enhance your vision. That's why we're here, parental vision.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So, I prefer, that is my preference of having a male therapist to not only lead myself.
I love that.
Yes.
100%.
Absolutely.
So let's switch gears for a second.
Okay.
Dating as a single mom.
Challenging.
Challenging.
Of course it is.
What do you think of the dating pool as a whole besides challenging? I hear trash. I hear BS. I hear not worth it.
Well, again, we're going to talk about therapy. When you're in therapy and you're working on yourself,
Yes.
you will settle for less than what you deserve.
Garbage.
Right? You will have boundaries. Yes. You will not tolerate anything. Right? It's like, as soon as you see the red flags, this is not for me.
I'm out of there.
Right.
Yeah.
Do not waste my time, efforts, or energy.
Yes.
Okay?
Exactly. Say that again.
Your time, efforts, or energy.
That's right.
Okay? That part. So dating for me, not only is it challenging, it's figuring out the right person, not only for me, but for my children as well.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because we come as a total package.
Total package.
Right?
Single mothers come as
Total packages.
That's right.
Okay? Respectfully.
Respectfully.
Okay? And so when you are a top tier woman, you deserve a top tier man. Not only is he going to enhance you, but enhance your lifestyle. Okay? Enhance you mentally, physically, emotionally, as well as your total package.
Exactly. And spiritually.
Of course.
We need a man that can cover us and cover me and my children.
Of course.
Come on now. A man that can lead.
With his head.
Yes, and not his head.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
Absolutely. So for me is I'm still kind of like dating or just kind of figuring things out, but I'm more focused on me and my career journey.
Okay.
So I had to put my career on hold to really establish my kids so they're independent.
Yes.
Right? So now I'm jumping back into getting my master's, and thank you so much.
welcome.
And really pushing forward to drive myself to a higher career.
Yes.
So dating right now is 50-50. If the opportunity presents, I'm not going to not take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I'm going to see what it is. And if it's something that I want to entertain and worth my time, efforts, and energy, I will, make sure I do my due diligence.
Do my due diligence.
Absolutely. If not, clear my line. Next caller, please.
I cannot. Oh my gosh, she is hilarious. I love you. Oh my goodness.
Listen, I'm happy to be here with you, Tiana.
Oh my goodness. Listen. First of all, when you said top tier man,
Okay.
I never had one.
Most women have not had one.
I've never had a top tier man. I've never had a real man. I've had boys and grown male bodies. I've had counterfeit men, but I've never had a real man. And honestly, in the last podcast, I don't know if you saw, I did say that I think someone found me. So I might have found one, or they might have found me, excuse me. But other than that, I've never had a real man. And it brought out the masculinity in me.
Couple of things.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. Let's talk about, what do you consider as a top tier man?
Everything that we just said previously.
Okay.
Someone that can lead you spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, emotionally. When I'm going through the motions and I'm like, be the calm to my crazy.
Absolutely.
Like, just ground me and give me a reason to let go of all this toxic masculinity that I have in me. Or just not even toxic, just masculine energy, period.
Right.
Help me decrease it naturally.
Absolutely.
And you do that by being a real man that can lead.
Right.
Something I've never had.
And with all respect,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of men don't know how to lead.
They don't.
Right? Because they never been led. And this is why therapy is very important. Yes. This is why mentors are very important for not only for our black man, boys, right? Because a lot of them grow up in households with just single mothers, i.e. myself.
Yeah.
So again, therapy is important. Mentors are important. Yeah. And so that male or that boy can really grow up into being that leader, the head of household.
Yes.
That can call the shots and say, I got this.
Exactly.
You ain't got to worry about it. And we as women can stay in our feminine energy.
Yes, 100%.
Because we are playing two roles.
Aren't we?
Absolutely.
And it's fucking exhausting.
Beyond.
I'm tired.
Beyond. Right?
Yes.
I want someone to save me.
Yes,
right?
literally.
Please help
me.
Right?
SOS.
Absolutely. Please, someone.
Let's anybody. Come on
well,
now.
No, not just anybody.
Oh my goodness.
We don't want anybody.
Not just anybody, right? But somebody show up, please.
Well, so here's the thing. What you put out there is what you get.
That is true.
The power of prayer. Right?
Yes.
We're going to talk about that.
And the power of the tongue.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yeah.
So people call it manifestation.
Yes.
Back in the day, we called it prayer.
That's right.
Being intentional. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. With a purpose.
Yes.
So I'm here for a purpose. The purpose is, this is what I ask my Father, and he shall grant it. You ask and you shall receive.
Amen.
Right? But be very, very specific with what you ask for. Yes. Because you can ask and you may get it, and this is not what I asked for, but you weren't specific.
Exactly. So, and I think a lot of times when we get what we accept and we don't let it go, God will let you have everything that comes with it.
Absolutely. And then some.
And then some. And it'd be nothing of the sort of what you deserved or even asked for. And then you're stuck in this timeline longer than you expected. And now you begging God to rescue you.
Here's the thing with that.
Yeah.
When you are healed.
Yes.
When you are healed. Yeah. And when you have created self-awareness and boundaries, those red flags, those antennas automatically go up.
Automatically.
You're not going to settle.
At all. It's true.
Absolutely.
In this new chapter in my life, like I refuse to settle. And I settled in the past. I'll admit it wholeheartedly.
Of course, we all have.
For junk.
When you know better, you do better.
You do better. Exactly.
Of course.
Yeah.
So
true.
This is a journey.
Yeah.
Even at this stage that we're in, we're still learning.
That's true.
Learn yourself.
Yeah.
Learn what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate, what you can kind of finesse a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to find that perfect man.
What's the number that you said earlier?
80, 85. Mm-hmm. That 15, 20% is something you can kind of tweak a little bit or finesse. Yeah. Right? No one's perfect.
No.
At all.
Right.
But we do have standards.
Very, very much so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we do have requirements.
Yes.
I require you to have these things before you talk to me. If you don't, bye. Yes, absolutely. Okay. It's just basic essentials, right?
Yeah.
So let's say, for instance, if we're going on a vacation, you need to have your basic essentials. When you're dealing with a partner or you're dealing with a man, he has to come with the basic essentials.
Yeah.
We're not settling for bare minimum.
At all.
Okay?
At all.
Nothing.
Less than what I deserve.
Of course.
100%.
Absolutely.
So you instill those morals in your daughter and your son, I'm sure.
Of course.
And what are those conversations like, though?
Gosh.
Do they even listen? Because kids don't listen, honestly. Goes in one ear and out the other.
So I can't necessarily say that.
Okay.
Right? Because these are dialogues that I have with my children in therapy.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Again, my daughter's 15.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be dating soon. My son, he's 11. He has a whole bunch of girls at this young age. But, have fun.
Yeah.
Right? And what I mean by have fun is know your worth.
Yes.
When you know your worth, you will not, again, settle.
You won't.
You know, it's all good to explore your options, but at the same time, you know, I say date them all, right?
Date them all.
Date them all.
Take
right?
a gander.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but there's a level of respect. Respect yourself, respect your body, respect your boundaries.
Yes. Yes.
Do not let anyone disrespect you. So as far as dating, you know, my kids know they don't see any man at all.
Yeah.
At all.
Mm-hmm.
At all.
So you haven't dated anyone at all,
I have.
but
So,
they just didn't see them.
Of course not. And if they do, it's at a social gathering.
Yeah.
This is my friend, right?
Oh, I'll play the friend card
Oh,
down. That's my friend. That's my friend.
Yeah, we work together.
Yeah.
That's my work husband, right?
Exactly.
Right? So we downplay it. You know, I want to keep that open communication. Come to mom for me.
Yes.
Come to mom. Let me know what's going on with school, with anything.
Yeah.
You know, let's build that rapport. Let's build that bond.
Yeah.
And if you feel that you can't talk to me, I have other avenues.
Really?
Of course.
Wow. Okay.
Because sometimes I could be a little hard. I could be a little standoffish because I'm so stern.
You could admit that.
Of course I can. I'm working on me.
I love that.
Of course. I'm working on
Trisha.
me, for the better of me, right?
Say it again.
I'm working on me.
Yes.
For the better of me. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what the last part was.
And only for me and my children.
Exactly.
Period. Yeah. So I only asked you that because sometimes in our culture, what goes on in our house stays on in our house. Like, you don't go outside the house and you tell. So that's why I said, are you okay with them seeking other avenues for advice because of that stigma on our culture?
So we're in therapy. What we say in therapy stays in therapy.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. What we say in our household stays in our household because that is our bond.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
That is our bond. So in addition to that, if I have, i.e. my mother, and my daughter wants to reach out to my mother, or my mother starts questioning her, she knows how to communicate.
Okay.
Right? There's a communication level that I instilled in her, how you need to communicate when you're asked certain questions. Of course. So these are dialogues that therapy teaches us, not just her, us, how to communicate when speaking with adults. That's outside of your tripod.
I love that.
Yeah. So
I love that.
yeah, I'm definitely working on me for the better of me, you know, and I hope my kids are super proud of me because I'm proud of me.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
And they see that mommy is leveling up all the way.
All the way.
All the way.
And isn't it such a good feeling?
Of course.
Like when you come to the flourishing of exactly who you are, or on the right path of going to who you were always meant to be. No greater
Absolutely.
feeling than that.
Let me tell you something. I've been working on myself for a very, very long time. Yes. I'm still not where I want to be.
Yeah.
But I am truly not where I've been.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
so this journey called life, I'm here for it. For a long haul.
For the long haul.
Right? Not
Yeah.
for a good time, for a long time.
For the longest time.
Right, absolutely.
So I remember you mentioned that your daughter will be dating soon.
Right.
What is the appropriate age you feel for, let me take that back, because I know people have different rules for the boys and the girls. When can your son date, and what's a good age for your daughter to date, or is it the same for you?
Oh, of course, it's the same.
Really?
Of course. Why would it not be?
Because some people are more lenient with their boys and their girls.
Everybody gets the same treatment.
All right.
Right? So I grew up, we couldn't date or have a boyfriend till we were 16.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah.
That's when you'll have a boyfriend at 16.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I'm chaperoning. I want to meet the mother, the cousin, the uncle, whoever, who daddy, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. What type of family do they come from? Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You know, just to know, not to be all in their business, but I just want to know the dynamics.
Who's courting my child?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So that's what it is for me.
Okay.
You know?
And then my next question is, because your daughter's the oldest, so we'll go with her. Mm-hmm. If your daughter was to bring home someone that you don't approve of, would you tell her, or would you just let experience take its course and let her figure it out?
Now, that's a tough question. I say that because, well, I done brought home a couple of guys that...
we all brought home bags of junk, honey.
So, you know, that's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow, because I think she's wise enough to know that, you know, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to play it safe because I know this is not what my mother would want.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
and I know my worth.
Oh, yes.
I know my worth,
Yes.
and I'm not going to settle.
Yes.
So she sees it from me. I'm not settling.
At all.
Not one bit.
At all.
And I shouldn't have to.
And you will not have to.
So I think she sees that like, I'm not going to, I might play around with it.
But I'm not going to play with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That part right there. That part right there. We're not bringing that home to mommy.
Yeah, no.
Right? Mm-mm. So.
Trish, not for nothing. I'd be scared to bring it home to you, too.
Oh, really?
Yes, I would.
Don't talk to me nice, Tiana.
I'm like, look, hide in the bushes till my mama leaves.
Don't do me like that. I'm cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, but
No, I don't. Talk to me.
A little, like, you could be, not for me, but to a young man that she would bring home, it might be a little intimidating because you're a strong Black woman.
Well, here's the thing. I want him to know, just because you don't see a male by my side,
Yes.
right? I'm nothing to play with.
At all.
And she's nothing to play with.
At all.
That goes for my son too,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
You bring these girls around me,
Talk about
I'm nothing to play with.
Yes.
He's nothing to play with.
Mm-hmm.
Tread lightly. That part right there.
Very.
Okay. So they get the same type of treatment.
Yeah.
There's no one that's more,
Okay.
my son just has a little bit more girlfriends,
Oh,
female
yeah?
friends. Yeah. Then
He's a ladies' man.
of course he is. Of course, right? So it's just like, I just let them kind of like do their thing. I don't want to be too much on top of them because I don't want to get that pullback.
Okay.
That pullback is real when your kids start being sneaky and conniving and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I let them kind of do their thing and.
You give them a little bit of rope.
Right.
I think that's important because I didn't get a lot of rope growing up.
Neither did I.
I got no rope. Well, we come from,
Of course.
So I didn't get any rope. So I stole my rope. Like, my mom's going to be so mad when she hears that. But I stole a lot of rope. But, I'm in my 30s now. It's fine.
Right. 30 is a new 20, baby.
Exactly. But I had to steal my rope because I was like sheltered. You can't do this.
Of
You can't do
course.
that. And it was like, come on. So I feel like in this generation with us being moms now.
Yes.
It is important to give them some leadway.
I do.
I don't want my daughter to feel like a caged animal and wild out. I don't want that.
Sometimes it depends on the circumstances.
True.
Right?
But give me an example.
For example would be, I want to go downtown, right? Okay, so what's downtown?
Yeah.
Now, this stems from therapy, right? So the therapist says, if you're going somewhere, explain the details.
Yeah.
Right? I want details for details. You're going downstairs, who, what, where, when, and why.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you can explain that to me and it's valid, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
If you can and it sounds real flaky to my ears, what are we doing? Stop trying to finesse me. We're not finessing over here.
Now you're not going.
Right, exactly. Now you're going to sit in this room and be on TikTok and scroll.
And mad.
Right,
Yeah.
at yourself because you weren't truthful.
Because you played around.
Absolutely. Okay. So I just really do try to give them the benefit of the doubt. But if you try to play me, it's a hard no.
Exactly. So, okay, so what's a solid deal breaker? Like for me, lying. You're done. You lie, go to your room. I don't want to talk to you. That's
Absolutely.
it. Yeah. So what's yours?
Lying.
Lying.
If you lie, you cheat, you steal.
Yes. And
Okay.
we don't like that.
At all. Just keep it 100.
Yeah.
Let me make that decision off of you being truthful.
Give me the option.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To say no.
That's a hell no.
Right. Give me that option.
Yes.
But for the most part, I try to give my daughter in particular the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
She's 15. I don't want to dog walk her. I don't want to keep her on the leash.
Yeah.
I want her to really experience. So when she does go off to college, she doesn't have to be buck wild and she knows,
Exactly.
oh, no babies. She already has that. She's like, Mom, I don't want any kids. I want to live my best life. I said, I hear you. I'm on that same bandwagon. Okay, I'm trying to live mine's now.
So you had the sex talk.
Of course.
And how was that? Because some parents, I know someone, I will never say any names on here ever, but I know someone that's still doing birds and bees and swans and storks and her daughter's like 13. We're not doing that.
No. So here's the thing with that. Because we live in a society where the phone, the internet is accessible.
Exactly.
And you have all of these provocative songs and videos.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah, because I know you know already.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not doing none of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Just I tell her in indirectly, ain't nobody supposed to touch you, right? Oh, of course not.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody's supposed to be in your personal space. She's like, Mom, I don't even like hugging. I'm like, okay, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yes,
okay?
absolutely.
So, It's more so with my son I have to watch out for.
The ladies' man.
Oh gosh, please. I have to watch him versus her because I'm like, you better not
Think about it.
at all.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I do have the conversation, and it's like, Mom, we know. I'm like, well, what you know? Tell me what you know.
Yeah, because like, what do you know? I want to know what you know.
Right.
Because you might listen. I don't know what they be saying, but I'm gonna tell you what I say in my house.
Right.
So what do you know?
They say glizzies. I'm like, well, what's a glizzy? Right.
Glizzies, Jesus
right.
Christ.
Glizzies.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I thought glizzies was hot dogs. No, it's other things. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, it's not the glizzy. I know.
Right. So, you know, these kids are more advanced and they're more acceptable to what society is bringing to them.
Exactly.
So, you know, I try to keep it at a bare minimum and not hover them too much.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So I do have another question.
Of course.
If your son or daughter came home and said they actually like the same sex as themselves, how would you feel about that?
Wow. What am I going to do? Long as he or she, they, them treat you right, it is what it is.
Love is love.
Love is love, right? And you can't help who you love.
Yeah.
Long as they really treat you right and you know that I am supporting you.
Yeah.
Throughout this journey. We're going to call it a journey.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Throughout this journey, good, bad, and indifferent.
Yeah.
So I'm be supportive. I'm one of those moms because,
Yeah,
you know,
me too.
again,
Me too.
you know, when you grow up and have a limited support system, you want to change that for your children. Like you want to really support them no matter what, even in rough times.
Yeah.
You know, like I know that you didn't do this, I'ma still support you. I'm your biggest fan. Know that without no shadow of a doubt. I'ma support you.
Do you believe in correcting them where they stand? Correcting them where they stand, meaning like for me, Dakota, I'm gonna defend you when you're right. I'm gonna defend you when you're wrong. But when we get in this house,
Oh, absolutely.
you were wrong, or are you gonna correct them right there where it happened?
Depending on the situation.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And I say that because I got a lot of school phone calls from my son. Oh gosh.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah, please. And you know, I could remember being in a particular position where I got a school call and I'm yelling on the phone at my son, and one of my coworkers is like, Trish, you're loud. I'm like, it's my son, right? So I'm correcting it in real time just because I want to correct the behavior.
Yeah.
Right? In real time.
Yeah.
But no, when we get at home, it's a whole different story.
Oh, yeah.
You know better.
You know better. Yeah.
So now I'm confiscating everything.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you,
Of
what's
course.
your discipline in your house? Pow pow, spankings.
It's give me all of the things that you like,
Yeah.
which is electronics.
Yeah, I don't believe in physical discipline, but that's just my preference.
Well, here's the thing. A little pow pow is not going to kill you, right?
Yeah.
But I don't spank. I have done, you know, when they were younger, but I don't spank. I take.
Yeah.
You're going to sit in the room and you're going to think about how you hurt me, because that's what you did.
When you did what you did.
Of course, you hurt me,
Yes.
and I'm disappointed
Very.
because this is not what I'm raising,
Yeah.
right?
I'm not raising riffraff.
No, at all. You're not in the jungle, okay? Okay, you're not in the jungle. I'm not raising no animal.
What the hell is going on?
Right? You know, so, you know, again, I take these situations and I bring them to therapy, and they help me cope with discipline, with, you know, how to maneuver certain situations, right? And so I hear what my son is saying or my daughter is saying when they, you know, get in these situations and they're like, Mom, you're not there. You know, you don't understand. And I'm like, well, make me understand.
Help me understand.
Right.
Yeah.
So to end that is, you know, I want you to help me so I can be that support.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
What were you like growing up, and the way you were brought up? Is it similar to how you're bringing up your kids? Do you pull anything from your childhood to raise your kids, or everything is just your own organic way?
Couple of things. I grew up, I was definitely a different type of kid. I can't say I had a rough childhood, because I had a great childhood, right? I had a great childhood for what it was worth, right?
Okay.
What it was worth.
I get it.
We're going to leave it like that.
That's it.
Right? What I take from my childhood is that I had a good support team at that particular time.
Yeah.
You know, now as I see with my children, I want to be that same type of support, right? No matter what, wrong, indifferent, good, bad, ugly, I want to still be able to support you, know that you can count on me. I'm there. I'm dropping everything for my kids.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
Everything. The world shuts down for them.
Yeah.
Okay? I can't do it. My kids come first. That's a fact.
I love that.
Okay? They come first before anything. They are top priority besides myself.
Besides myself, yeah.
So, absolutely. So, what I take from my childhood, again, is, you know, reassuring them they have the support.
Yeah.
They have the support. And, you know, I try to break generational curses. Yes. You know, those generational curses could be binded, not only within you, within your children as well.
Your bloodline.
Of course.
Yeah.
And that runs deep, baby.
It runs very deep. Yeah.
So you have to cut certain cords and really stop things from progressing, if you will, right? Mm-hmm. Cut it at the root.
At the root.
Right? Bind it up.
Amen.
Yeah.
Come on now.
So for me, they know that, you know, faith without work is dead. Mm-hmm. You got to put in the work.
Yes.
Hard work and dedication.
Absolutely.
And they see that mommy works extra hard.
Extra hard every day, day in and day out.
Absolutely. So no sleep for the weary.
No sleep for the weary. And I tell Dakota all the time, mommy is sleep when she's dead.
Absolutely.
I'm doing this for me and I'm doing this for you.
Absolutely. This is us.
Say it again.
This is us.
This is us. That's it.
That's a real thing.
I love
We
that.
are all we got, baby.
We are all we got.
Yes.
Yes. I love this. Oh my goodness. I'm going to say something to you.
Okay.
And then you tell me your thoughts about it.
All right.
I feel like the hardest thing about being a mother and raising kids is trying to heal your own inner child while raising children. How do you feel about that?
Wow, that's significant, because there are things in my inner child that reflected out in certain issues with me as an adult.
Yes.
Right? I.e. being affectionate, right? Of course. When you are working on you, you know these things about yourself, right? There are times where I'm not affectionate because I didn't get that or lack that, or it just wasn't there. So now, as an adult, I see me not being that way at times, you know, and it's hard, because when you know better, again, you do better. So I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on that inner child. Like, why don't I feel like I deserve to be affectionate? Or, you know what I mean? So with my kids, I'm like overly affectionate, overly compensating. It's like, you're doing the most, Mom. I'm like, I'm not doing enough.
Yes.
Right? I'm not doing enough because that trauma.
Yes. And I don't want you out here starving for love and affection. So I'm going to give it to you now while you're young.
Right.
I
Absolutely.
get it.
So, ooh, that was trauma. That was traumatic.
It wasn't it? Oh my gosh. Somebody get the tissue.
It brought me back to when I was like 10, 11.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. So when you are in therapy, these are things that you really talk about. Why are you like this way as an adult? What happened in your childhood for you to be like this?
Exactly.
And healing is real.
It is.
You have to heal in order to progress to a higher level.
True. I'm grateful though for like all the trauma and the scars and the battle wounds I had to go through and I had to endure. Yeah. Because I feel like I took them off for Dakota.
Of course.
I know I took them off for her, and I honestly would go through it all over again.
Oh, I wouldn't, sweetie.
I would though for the sake of my baby. I would.
Well, we're talking kids, but let me tell you something: the heartache, the crying, secretly crying, not being super vulnerable, not being transparent because you're being judged for the decisions that you made, you know, and expecting your parents or parent to understand your decision because they have different type of expectations for you. Yeah. They trying to live through you. Yes. Because they never lived.
Because they never lived.
Absolutely. And that's a thing.
It is a thing.
Right? And so now for me is I'm going to let my kids flourish.
Yeah.
If whatever it is that they heart desires, I'm going to support them.
Exactly.
My daughter said she wanted to get a piercing 16. I got you.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
I got you.
Of course.
There's not going to be any no's unless it's detrimental to you.
And no is an option word in my house.
Oh,
that's why I
okay.
work as hard as I do.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to tell you no because I can't.
Right.
I'm going to tell you no because I'm not, because you did something.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I
like that.
Yeah.
No is an option.
No is an option word in my house.
I like that.
I will work tirelessly just to not have to say no to her.
Right.
People say I spoil her too much.
Well, here's the thing. When you are a single parent, we overly compensate.
Absolutely.
To the fullest, because we're dealing with one person.
Yeah.
But we lack the other person. So we got to play two people.
We got to play both sides. Exactly.
Absolutely. Oh, trust me, I get it all the time. And it's like, why are you buying these things for them? They don't deserve it. Who are you to tell me that?
Who are you to tell me what my kid deserves?
Right. And you're not funding it at all.
Let me relax.
Okay. You're not funding it at all.
Yeah.
And this is the trauma, right? So let's talk about childhood. The trauma is you couldn't provide for me at that particular time, because I can provide now for them and they want this, I'm going to get it.
In this particular time.
Absolutely.
No
Whatever
shame.
their heart desires, God willing, if I can afford it, they're going to get it.
If I could afford it, she's going to have it.
Okay. My father said, ask and you shall receive. I'm going to ask him, make it happen.
Amen.
Okay.
Faith as small as a mustard seed.
Absolutely. Always. And I'm always walking by faith. Always
walking by faith.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely.
So you pray with your children?
So let me, before I even respond,
Go ahead.
I don't pray with them. What I do is they pray on their own, right? We pray at the dinner table together. Everybody prays at the dinner table together.
You guys eat dinner together?
Of course. Why would we not?
I love that.
Of course. I cooks.
Well, yeah, but you know, people, especially working women like us, hustle and bustle and all that. Me and Dakota, we eat together, no lie, on the weekends because I
Okay.
work so much.
Okay.
So on the weekend, we get together at the table and we do eat.
Oh,
So.
absolutely. We eat all day together. Like you sit down, you have dinner. We're going to chop it up. How was your day? What happened on the car rides from home? How was your day? Oh, it was okay. No, what made it okay? I'm pulling teeth.
Yes.
I'm pulling teeth. Tell me what happened. What happened at school? What was the highlight at school? Right? So we're engaging, and they cannot not ask me about my day. Right? You have to ask me about my day. Because mommy works so hard. How was your day? Was they mean to you? Did they get on your nerves? Did they do this? Absolutely. But I still push through. Did you push through? You got to push through.
I love that.
Absolutely. We have adult conversations, young adult conversations. I got little teenagers, young adults.
Exactly.
You know, so I got to treat them as such.
That's right.
Yeah.
So during the conversation pieces, I ask every parent this question.
Okay.
How do you feel about your kids swearing?
Well, here's the thing, right?
What, Trisha?
No, here's the thing. What are we swearing for, right? What are we swearing for? Are we swearing because you're on the phone with your friends, or are we swearing because, damn it, I hit my toe, right?
There's a difference.
Okay, there is a difference. Absolutely.
So example.
My son he talks on the phone to his friends and he'll be like, "What the fuck? Excuse me?" Right? Watch your mouth, sir. Okay? That's how I talk.
Sir.
Sir. That's his nickname. Watch your mouth, sir. Right? Oh, okay. Absolutely. You know, my daughter, she says little sly stuff here and there, but it's never in a derogatory way.
Okay.
You know, kids are going to be kids. They hear this stuff at school and stuff like that. I'm not going to stop that, but we're not going to just use profanity just to use profanity.
You're not going to come home and say things like, Mom, guess what this bitch did?
Right.
No, we're
Absolutely not.
I don't
No.
even know who you're talking to
Right.
at that point. You can't be talking to me.
Right.
You lost your mind.
Right. We're friends, but not like that.
Yeah. And
Right.
that was going to be my next question.
Uh-huh.
Do you believe your children can be your friend?
It's levels to the friendship.
Dive in.
Okay. The level is boundaries. Respect that I'm your mother. Respect that I can be your friend. I can be your friend, right? But I'm your mother first. Okay. So we're going to talk as mother-daughter. And if you want to be a little ratchet when it's friend zone, when we're at home and we're bonding.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's part of our bonding, our building together. Let your hair down.
I love that.
You know, so absolutely.
What are some of the other things? I know you mentioned you guys have dinner together, but what are some of the other things you and your kids do to bond?
We do have movie night Fridays if I'm not working excessively. Um, if I'm not asleep, right? They're gonna kill me, right? But Fridays usually a day where we pick a movie of whatever choice. We'll have pizza. I know they're tired of it. Or wings. Oh gosh, right?
It's Friday.
It is.
Yeah.
It's Fend for Yourself Friday. That's what we call it. Fend for Yourself Friday.
I love that.
Okay, that means if you want McDonald's, that's fine. If you want pizza, I'm not cooking on Fridays, right?
No. Yeah.
Absolutely. But again, to sum it up, we'll pick a movie, whatever it is that you want, and we have to sit there and watch it together.
Okay.
Okay? There's no phones, no none of that. Okay? And let's see who stays up to finish the movie.
Who usually stays up?
Both of them.
In your sleep.
Of course. Mom, you're snoring again. My bad. I was up.
Oh my goodness.
You know, so, and I like to take them on like little road trips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just to build with them. My daughter's a big shopaholic. Oh, let's go to the mall. And I'm like, that's not bonding, but okay, sure.
Yeah. This is you spending my money.
Right.
Our little broke best friends.
Well, here's the thing. This is what they tell me. MOM, made of money. Mom, made of money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I hate that.
Well,
but I think Dakota thinks that too. But like
Yeah.
we said, you can get it if I got it.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I hope you reciprocate the energy when you get it. Okay?
Exactly.
Just a little something, just 100%. A thought. Right. You know what I like.
Right.
Kudos.
So what's your rule on closed doors in your house?
Closed doors. We close doors.
Closed bedroom doors?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I do too with my daughter, but my family is like, my daughter's 10. I do think that 10-year-olds should have privacy.
Yeah, everyone should have privacy.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. Like, we grew up in a different era.
Door off the hinges.
Trauma. Okay. Nobody closed doors in here but me. You don't pay the bills, blah, blah, blah. Right?
Right.
Now, close the door. I don't want to hear all of that. Close the door. You're in a room with your girlfriends and the TV's loud. Please close the door.
Please close the door.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm here for closed doors because I'm closing my door because I don't want to be bothered. Okay, sorry, no disrespect. I'm closing my door. I don't want to be bothered. This is my time.
Yeah.
So I have no like real reason to not say don't close the door. True. Unless I'm mad and I'm like trying to barge in.
Exactly.
But for the most part, close the door.
Okay.
Privacy.
Yeah.
Everyone deserves it. You deserve privacy.
100%.
Yeah.
So with you being a single mom of 2.
Okay.
Trish, you want more kids? I have to ask.
Tiana.
Yeah.
I have the best of both worlds. Why on God's green earth would I want more kids?
Because what if you meet a wonderful man that wows you?
Oh, he's going to be wowed by these 2 beautiful kids. Okay? That he can adopt respectfully and we can all be one big happy family.
Okay.
Okay?
Would you date a man that has kids?
Yes, but there's levels to that.
Oh.
Absolutely.
One or none?
I would say the max for me, and I'm stretching it, 3. I don't even want to date a man that don't have kids, but respectfully, that's a needle in a haystack. A needle in a haystack.
It is, yeah.
And let me actually eat my words. I don't mind dating a guy that has kids because of the fact that I want to see what your parenting styles are.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So a guy that doesn't have kids may not understand being a parent.
I love that.
Okay. You may not understand the role or responsibility of being a full-time parent.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that back. Like dating a guy with no kids, it's hard.
Yeah.
That would be very hard because not only am I set in my ways, my kids are older. How can you be an asset to them, let alone me, to them, unless you had good mentors, good role models, and you understand the fact of being a parent.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. What are some of the principles you instill in your kids?
Must I get out the laundry list?
Please do.
The laundry list is ensuring that not only do you put God first in all that you do, right? Stay prayed up. Okay. Also, too, make sure you excel in everything that you do. Do your best. Try your best, right? Education is super important to me, right? Not only is education, you need something behind your name besides a high school diploma, right? So I tell this to my kids, you have three options. The three options are college, trade school, or military. Those are your three options. I had an incident, I wouldn't call it an incident, or a conversation with my son where he asked me, Mom, what if I don't go to college? Or how would you feel? I said, I'll be disappointed, I'll be hurt, but these are your other options. Your other options are trade school or military. Pick a choice. There's no, oh, right after school, I'm going to go to work, unless you have some miraculous plan and it works. But those are the options in this household.
I respect it.
Yeah,
I respect it.
absolutely.
What do you think they're going to choose?
So my daughter's already going to college. She already knows what she wants to be, what school she wants. She wants to go to Spelman, right? Absolutely.
That's good.
Of course. She wants to be a lawyer, open her own law firm. So we're putting that out there.
I love that.
Yeah, so we're thriving for that. My son, on the other hand, he's 11. We're going to figure that out. Okay? We're going to figure that out.
Does he give you little hints here and there besides the college remark?
So yeah, he's like, oh, I want to be a veterinarian today, and he wants to be a football player tomorrow. And I'm like, well, we can do both. Let's just figure it out. I'm supporting both. I'm supporting both. Whatever your heart desires, I will support you respectfully in a positive way.
I love that.
Yeah,
so what's the next 5-year plan for you and your children?
Ooh.
Yes, we ask futuristic questions on here.
So the next 5 years for me is, as I stated earlier in the conversations, I'm getting my master's.
Yes.
Right? So hopefully to be done with that 2025 of June. Okay, then I could become a director of some sort, okay, in the industry outside of healthcare, because that's where I am now.
Okay.
And relocating to LA possibly.
I want to live in LA too.
Oh man, I'm there, baby.
Vision board.
Yes, it's there.
Yeah.
They're calling me. It's been calling me for a couple of years, but I have to get my daughter, per se, into school, to college, situated. That's the next 4 years. Once she's a freshman in college, I'm off to see the wizard. Okay?
My God. Oh my God.
In LA.
In LA.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So that is the next 4 to 5 years.
Nice. I
Yeah.
love that. And with your kids being in school now currently.
Yes.
Do you ever worry about sending them to school with like the way the world is with school shootings and bullying and things like that?
So here's reality. The reality is my kids go to a charter school.
Mine too.
Predominantly all Black and Hispanic, right? And the school, you have different locations that go to that school.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rivalry. So I deal with this weekly, where they have lockdowns. This is the only school that I know of in town that does not have a metal detector. There has been incidences where there were shells, if you will, at the school, and they had the lockdown. And luckily, my daughter had her phone. Security was tight. Police were called, but I'm prayed up. Amen. And my kids are prayed up, and I make sure they're covered at all costs. Okay, at all costs, because at the end of the day, they can go to school and not make it home. And that's a real thing. So, you definitely have to stay prayed up. Pray for the teachers, pray for the building, pray for the area, to let them know that at the end of the day, we are all we have, and we need to be our own support team.
That's right.
Yeah. So it is definitely hard to send them to school, but I know God is not going to fail me. He never fails me.
Well said.
Yeah.
God cover these babies.
Absolutely, at all costs.
At all costs. I love that.
Oh, Oh, thank you,
Of
Tiana.
course. Oh my gosh. I love this interview so much. Oh my goodness.
Oh, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
No, seriously, I really did thoroughly enjoy this interview. I really did. You are by far
Oh,
one of like the greatest guests that I've had ever.
I
Honestly,
appreciate you.
I love them all, but this one I really resonated with a lot, definitely. So
I
thank you for
appreciate
coming.
you.
Seriously,
No, thank you for having me. This has been a long time coming. We've planned this in June
Yeah.
of last year.
Last 2023,
Right.
Yeah,
But here's the thing, the vision.
the vision.
The vision wasn't yet. Okay. Now everything is putting into place.
Yeah.
It's coming into fruition, and the best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come.
Absolutely.
Well said.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, before we wrap, I do have to ask you one more question.
Of course. I hope
Five
it's a
things.
good one.
Oh, it's definitely a great thing.
Okay.
5 things
Okay.
that you feel make up a great mother.
Oh, wow. So 5 things that make up a great mother: hard work, dedication, discipline, consistency, right? And also being prayed up. Okay.
Damn.
Talk to me nice. You heard?
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
That was like,
Because I am that.
yes.
I am all 5 of those, respectfully.
Respectfully.
Okay.
Oh
Not
my
to
God.
toot my own horn, but I am.
Beep, beep.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, don't do that, girl.
Oh my God. I enjoyed you.
Thank
You were
you.
absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Come again.
Of course.
And like I said before, your kids, I know they're proud to call you mom. You are amazing.
So here's the thing with the mom. I told them at some point, just call me Trish. Call me Trish. Because you know why? My mom's shoes will have been fulfilled. Right? My mom's shoes will have been fulfilled. Call me Trish. Because that will be the next chapter.
And on that note,
We're going to end it with that.
there's that. Thank you again, Trish.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Well, everyone, that's a wrap for Parental Vision. Once again, I'm your host, Tiana Caprice. Until next time, bye.